So, going back to Greek myth, we'll be covering a classic love story this time, that of Orpheus and Eurydice. You're probably familiar with the characters themselves, but just in case, we have Orpheus, who was a poet and a musician. He was the son of Calliope and the god Apollo, who was gifted with a voice so powerful it could move the gods and animals alike. He crafted the first lyre and composed songs that could summon tears from stone, calm storms, and awaken the dead. His beloved wife Eurydice was bitten by a venomous snake on their wedding day of all things, and died instantly, leaving Orpheus quite devastated. So Orpheus journeyed to the underworld, where his music moved Hades and Persephone to allow Eurydice to return to the living world, on the condition that he not look back until they've reached the surface. Orpheus ended up becoming this symbol of artistic transcendence and, the limits of human agency in the face of fate. Eurydice, on the other hand, was a nymph, a daughter of the river god Cephasus, depending on the version that you read, and was known for her grace and connection to the natural world. She married Orpheus and became the object of his legendary journey to the underworld, symbolizing, the soul lost to death. After being bitten and having died, she was allowed to return to the world of the living, right? Orpheus could not look back. After being bitten and having died, she was allowed to return to the world of the living on, the condition that Orpheus could not look back until they reached the surface. And her fate was, ultimately sealed when he turned around to confirm that she was still with him. Eurydice, in general, represents the fragility of life and the tragic cost of human doubt, embodying this theme of love lost to a single moment of weakness. Their fate is quite sad, but the way the story goes is Orpheus, being the son of the muse Calliope and the god Apollo, was a gifted poet and musician whose songs could move the mountains and calm storms and even sway the hearts of gods, as we covered a bit ago. And he was renowned for his divine talent. And he ended up marrying Eurydice, who was, again, a nymph of great beauty and grace. Their love was quite profound, but it was tragically short-lived, as on their wedding day, as I mentioned a bit ago, Eurydice was bitten by a venomous snake and died instantly, leaving Orpheus quite heartbroken. Consumed by grief, he made the fateful decision to journey to the underworld to reclaim her soul. With his lyre in hand, Orpheus descended into the realm of Hades and Persephone, where his music moved the rulers of the dead, so much so that they allowed Eurydice to return to the world of the living on one condition. Orpheus must not look back at her until they had both reached the surface. As he led her out of the underworld, Orpheus, overcome by doubt and longing, turned to confirm that she was still following him. And the moment he turned around, she was pulled back into the shadows, lost to him forever. He was forced to return to the mortal world in despair, never again playing music for the living. Eventually, he was torn apart by followers of Dionysus, and his head and lyre were said to have floated down the river Ebris, singing mournfully until they reached the sea. This myth is one of the most painful in Greek mythology, as you know, it does embody various themes of love and loss, as well as the limits of human power, and of course the inescapable nature of fate. His story has inspired, well, countless works of literature, music, art, and it cemented his legacy as a symbol of art's transcendent power and the sorrow of what is lost when trust falters. Even in modern pop culture, he's still quite impactful. He's been featured metaphorically in lots of movies, music, even video games. Still, despite the somber story, did you have fun? I'm glad. It's really a tragic tale, but it's very important overall. Still, I wonder what we'll cover next time. Well, as usual, I guess you'll just have to find out, huh? So, until then, my little pupil.